held by the player is actually counted.
Yeah.
Okay, we are kind of back. Just need to do a couple small things, like get Kira back into shared chat. And I can't load guest star. I can't do the hosting of the shared chat.
Okay. I'll maneuver to do it.
Yep.
I'm going through a lot of jerky right now.
Hey.
Hmm.
Cool, that's that. Hey. Join. Failed to load module. Oh, lovely.
I sent you a invitee thing, Faye.
I hit accept, and all I'm getting is failed to load module.
Ow!
Okay. There we go. I'm in.
Okay, so I just killed the Gribblies.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay. Scuff part 3 is done. Just waiting for it to load me into world now.
That's dead.
Oop.
We got raw red meat that needs used really quick.
Yep. I have no idea where I left off. Aside from,
Isn't that always just the most fun?
I'm in a cave.
I've thought about keeping journals, but then like I'd need a different journal per game or per save file, and quickly that turns into a library. And I don't want to have to go indexing a library to consult where I was in a game. As funny as it would be.
I'm in a hole in the ground.
Oh, there's
just picture
Gribblies
it.
in our hole.
I come in, I sit down at my computer, and I'm like, oh, I must consult the library. So I get up. I climb the ladder into the library. 3 hours later, I return with the book that says where I was in the game I was thinking about playing 3 hours ago, but I'm no longer thinking about playing that, so I have to go back for another one.
April Rear.
Maple Rail.
kill.
So we should have shared chat.
More
Possibly.
bone. Gotta get them bones and bones and bones and bones.
There we go. I do hate that numbers took a massive hit.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that technical difficulties messed things up.
Yeah. Do you want to redo the announcements letting people know we're back
Oh shit.
on?
Oh shit. I hear wolves. We should be good, because they'd probably be take notice and go, right, they're supposed to be live. Why aren't they live? We'll check back in a moment. Welcome back, Will. Welcome back.
Oh, hell yeah. So much copper.
Nice. Weak tannin.
Oh, wait. No, we don't need to do that yet.
Lime water.
There was a rift around here somewhere. Must be gone.
Two things. One, the rifts open and close randomly. Two, I'm gonna hydrate and
Build a wall.
stretch 7. And yes, I'm gonna build a wall, make the rest pay for it. That's how we do things, right?
Okay, so I think the rift that was out here is now gone.
Habwa Seth, habwa.
Ow.
Okay.
How do we cure jerky, or is it just hold on to it?
You just hold on to it. One day, one day.
Oh, it was spiting you, 7. Hmm.
Let's drop Hive panel. Got 2 frames. Okay. armor on me. I need one more board.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least everything seems to be working smoothly now.
I am kind of curious at how deep I can dig.
Well, in Minecraft, that used to be such a set in stone thing, but they changed it, I think, several times now. That it's
Yeah.
hard to know exactly how far you could dig in this. I mean, I could Google it if you'd like, but if you have any mods, that might change it. Maybe. I don't know.
Because we do have mods for altered world gen is the problem.
Uh-huh. Well, then it sounds like the old tried and true way is the only way to truly find out.
We need to dig deeper.
Listen, the children crave the mines. You know how I know this? In
Because
1920, they took them out of the mines. Many
Now we,
many
now we-
moons later, they made a game about the mines, and the children cannot get enough. Therefore, the children crave the mines.
oh no, even worse. A movie about the mines was actually more successful.
Well, I think really the only
Disney
reason the
movie.
movie was successful, if I'm being honest with you, is Jack Black. He is a master of marketing. He has been going to the town, using every trick of the trade, every bit of the book, to make sure this movie is marketed as clearly, as succinctly, and as cleanly as possible. And it has worked to the umpteenth degree. Because all the older people like Jack Black, all the younger people may not have known who he was, but they like him now. So if you considered his career dead, you probably can't now. He's got a whole new generation of people to mess with.
Every counselor is suddenly ecstatic.
And every school teacher is worried that they're all going to see School of Rock and think school is good. Seriously, though, if school was as fun as School of Rock, I'd probably still be in school.
I wouldn't have taken an entire term off just to play Final Fantasy X.
I might not have dropped out in 8th grade.
Oh.
On a GED, I might have actually stayed in through the whole thing.
No, at high school, I took an entire term off.
Yeah.
Just casually, 1/4 of the school year off, just to play Final Fantasy X.
In 8th grade, which would be, I don't know if the grades are all the same over there or not. That's one of those things. It's like, is it a cultural difference or is it not? Is
I
it
don't
1
know.
through 12 there? Well, like 0 through 12, really, if you think about preschool.
I'll be back.
Our official years and all that don't start until primary school, which is at 5 years old.
Okay, so here you would go to like preschool when you're like 3 or 4, kindergarten when you're like 5 to 6, then you would start normal school, which would be like 1st grade. And then 1st grade would go until 12th grade, which is usually around the time people turn 18 or 19, depending. Some people can graduate as young as like 13 or 14, but those are like extremely gifted students that take an ungodly amount of classwork and do a lot of advanced classes, and even they oftentimes don't graduate early
Hi, Zane.
because the American school system is absolute shit. So when you're in 8th grade, if you're assuming 12th grade is the end of your high schooling years, and you would be about 18. I mean, I can't do basic math, so you can do the math yourself. And
I'm sorry
Then,
I don't seem so enthusiastic at the moment. We're recovering from technical difficulties.
Look at the mouse. Yes, I put the babies away.
but yeah.
Oh no, I just find it funny that I took a freaking term off, played Final Fantasy X, came back, and the funny thing is my grades were not negatively impacted.
Yeah, so in the restart time that we restarted the computer, we confirmed I'm going to need to go see a dentist.
Yeah.
That
The good news though is it is covered by wins.
Well, there you go. Gotta take the wins where we can get them.
Does mean that Fee will have to deal with wins though.
Yeah, it means I'm going to have to deal with it. Another side of things that I didn't want to do with them. Even though I should. Updating ID and such with them.
So let's say I was around 11, 12-ish when I looked at my mother after successfully flunking out of numerous schools because I told her it was gifted classes or nothing, because I was tired of learning the same thing every year. And she didn't believe I'd do it, so I had to prove it. But I would have started that around 4th grade, so I would have been around 9 when I told my mother, look, you can pull me out of school now, or you can get me gifted classes. Otherwise, I am not doing any more schoolwork. And it took her 4 years to realize I wasn't kidding. And multiple schools being flunked out of because I would look at the teachers when they'd hand me work and they'd be like, okay, here's your test. And I'd be like, okay, you can keep it. It's done. And the teachers didn't know what to do with that. Because it'd be empty, of course. And eventually they just threw me out. But it was quite a battle of wits, and I won. And then proceeded to then go off and play video games until I was like 17, 18, maybe 19 even. And then got my GED and was like, with a 4th to 8th grade education, passing a high school equivalency exam, which proves I was right all along at least. And I knew a lot more than people gave me credit for. But, or that the test was too easy. One of the two. But considering I scored in like high 90s, I really hope it was that the test was not easy.
Oh yeah.
Just that I was that smart.
Also, in one of the major Catholic schools in our country, I have the honor of being the first person that they refuse to let back into that classroom.
Good for you. Fuck the Catholic school systems.
Oh no, I just asked questions. Entertainingly, the priest who ran religious education absolutely enjoyed having me in class. Because I'd always ask the, really pointed, thought-provoking questions and started intelligent debate. He also ran, the school debate team, so saw some promise there, I reckon.
So the priest was a master debater?
Oh yeah. It was the vice principal that took exception to this, though. See, he really didn't appreciate me asking a rather simple question, because he was, according to the Bible, everything is true. Right?
Anybody who really reads the Bible knows that nothing is true and everything is permitted.
Yeah, no, but according to the Bible, everything is true. That is his fire and brimstone foundational argument. Okay, cool. Incest is wrong, isn't it?
That is
Oh.
very arguable.
No. As he's turned around and stated, yes, it is very wrong and should never be done and all that sort of thing. Okay, cool. Noah's Ark.
Mm-hmm.
Get him to go backwards and forwards and, you know, basically chip down Noah's Ark. Okay, cool. Doesn't matter if I win or lose that one, because in the wings, in the very opening of the Bible he gave us at the start of the year, in the beginning, God created Adam and Eve.
Technically, depending on which version of the Bible you read, God actually created two females. One was Lilith, who eventually became, depending on which theology lesson you follow through the various different splits in religion, a demon, or like the queen of hell, kind of. And then when Lilith would not submit to Adam and be womanly and submissive, God then created Eve. But the other fun part is that either, depending on the way the Bible is read and which version of it, as there are many, and then you have to include the Torah and the Quran because they're kind of the same book. Whether people want to admit that or not, that's a hot topic, I know, but like,
I'm not getting into the Quran on this one.
Yeah,
I
it's
already
a
have
whole-
one. I already have one fatwa declared against me. I kind of do not want a second.
But it is a whole debate. But it could technically either mean that Eve would be a clone of Adam with adjusted genetics to be female, or that Eve is descended from Adam and therefore his daughter.
Wait,
Or, in theory, could be a twin and would be his sister.
Eve is
Depends
just
how you think about it.
Eve is just Adam who underwent HRT.
Pretty much, kind of. I mean, if you think about it, the story is that God took a rib from Adam, or more than one, and made it into Eve. So that would mean that it was Adam's genetic material that was in Eve in more ways than one. But which way do you look at that? Does that mean that Eve is a clone, a twin, or a sister, or some combination thereof? Because really, those are the three options with that.
The squiggle enters an Abrahamic church and we all burst into flames because we're heretics in their eyes. I almost have been excommunicated.
Fair. And then the argument with Noah's Ark would be, well, in theory, Noah had many sons. Those sons had wives. So those wives were obviously not from the family, at least as far as anybody says in the Bible. So then
I'm back.
that would mean that basically
back.
everybody descended from that point would be cousins regardless of how you look at it, and would have been descended from cousins with cousins. So either way, numerous times in the Bible, incest is the revival of civilization. And it is rather an immutable fact. The only reason that we as a species have decided that incest is bad is because of the French, actually. Because they had so much inbreeding, and a little bit of the Egyptians too, come to think of it, because the pharaohs were also inbred, but that was to a lesser extent, and I think was in a different time, so it would have been a little bit less noticeable to most people. Because not
Also-
everybody would have interacted with the pharaoh, but a lot of people interacted with French royalty, and they would have
Not-
noticed that
just
various
royalty
French
in
were
general.
heavily inbred.
Just royalty in general. Being blunt there.
Yes, it's very true, though. It's just historical fact. I think it was King Louis the Eighth, or was it the Sixth? One of the Louis, I believe, was extremely inbred and had like all kinds of medical issues that affected his appearance and his ability to eat and talk and various other things, allegedly. Again, no way of knowing, we weren't there, but through historical accounts and paintings, we can paint the picture as best we can.
Feel free
But
to
it
sleep
is
at any time.
a very recent decision that incest is bad, and it is also still only realistically bad if you're creating children, and even then, it is only bad if multiple generations of it happen. 1 to 2 generations of it realistically won't affect that strongly. It's when you start getting into the 3 to 6 generation mark that things are getting a little funky. It also depends if it's like direct incest with a sister or semi-direct incest with a cousin, where there is some genetic diversity. It's a whole
honestly as well. That's kind of the big thing on how conservation work is actually being done.
Especially with a lot of endangered species, because there's so few of them left, they don't really have a choice. Like, you think that tortoise that repopulated Galapagos was only banging people from other eggs? I don't think so.
Yeah, I may have run off into the distance looking for a source of lime.
Yeah, boy.
And now we have this company that claims to have resurrected the dire wolf from extinction, although what they did isn't really resurrecting the dire wolf. They took some parts of the genetics and made what they determined to be the key points version of a dire wolf, and then brought that back. But they did not bring back a 1-to-1 genetic identical to dire wolves.
To be fair,
my guess is so that they are a bit more domesticated and less likely to run rampant.
To be fair, they also did say that they didn't have 1-to-1 genetic data.
I think that's false. There have been enough preserved animals, and they were extinct less long ago than a lot of other things, that I think it is entirely possible that they could have that 1-to-1 genetic variety. If they can find a woolly mammoth, after all, which they are also working on, that company and several others, on implanting woolly mammoth DNA into elephants to have those elephants give birth to woolly mammoths and bring back that species. But that one is, to my understanding, as close to 1-to-1 as possible with the situation. Maybe it's not, maybe it is, but
except what they're calling the dire wolves. Yeah, no, I've been looking into it and kind of squinting suspiciously at it.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely bringing a new species into the world. There's no real looking at that. They're definitely canines. They definitely have some of the traits that dire wolves were purported to have, and will likely have them as they grow more. But are they dire wolves? That is the philosophical debate, I suppose. And the genetic debate. It'll be keeping the community divided for centuries.
It didn't help that they have actually stated that there's very little direwolf in there.
Yeah, they just took what they could and
they basically took a bunch of wolf DNA and put it into a blender with very little direwolf. It's like a drop of vanilla. It's in there, but yeah.
But yeah, the headline looks bigger when they say, "Oh, we brought the direwolf back." It's not that simple. But
no,
the articles, because it's semantics sometimes, and it's down to genetic science, and it's an emerging field, and there's not a lot of people that will understand the article.
No, it was the whole. Oh, we brought the direwolf back. Yeah, but we just did a drop of vanilla. You know,
into an otherwise very chocolate cake.
yeah, it's in there, but
Will you notice it? Time
it'd
will tell
probably-
as they grow and we see what they grow up as, and they release reports on what their DNA looks like once they're older. And we'll see
Yeah.
how much of that actually works out and how much of it is similar versus dissimilar. I think that there is an argument to be made that they are a different species. They are definitely canine. They are definitely
yeah.
some form of lupine, probably, but are they, in fact, a separate species? Or are they, in fact, genetically similar enough that they will be direwolves? Time will tell.
I'd say no, they would be a separate species.
I would agree personally. We will see what the scientific community
No. When they stated some of the DNA they used, it's a massive different species.
Either way, it will be interesting to see them grow and see what happens.
Hmm.
Will it go Jurassic Park on them? Will it take over? We shall see.
Well, as Saf said, there are 7 movies on why this is a bad idea. But I'm
It's a
kind of
bad
down
idea
for
to
it.
bring back giant reptiles. It never really covered what happens when we do it with mammals.
So I'm just going to point out Woolly Mouse. The Woolly Mouse that company made.
There was that. There was also the mammoth meatball they made out of 3D printed meat. And then there was that sort of water bison equivalent that they found frozen in the ice from like 20,000 years ago that they decided to then cook part of it, eat it for science, and said that it was quite good, if a little off. Then there's also that Russian scientist who discovered a several millennia old bacteria that was in ice and decided, I wonder what will happen if I inject this in my veins. And so far, last I heard, he's feeling fine. He's healthier than most people and doesn't really get sick very often anymore. And also doesn't age as much. But there appear to
the
so far
Twilight.
be otherwise no consequences as far as we found so far. And then there was the guy that stuck his head in a particle accelerator, which burned a hole through his brain and out his nose, and also
I'm
paralyzed half
stopping
his
you.
face.
Yeah, it's getting a bit too close to no-go territory.
Fair. The interesting part is that his face no longer ages on one side. It's very odd.
We will stop medical talk here for the moment.
Fair enough. The cursed knowledge that resides within my brain is too much sometimes for most people. I apologize. That is my fault.
Why does a clothing merchant have a wagon full of lead ore?
Maybe he's lead lining the clothes so that they can be protection against radiation. I've heard of that. Or maybe he uses lead paint to dye them. Those are really the only 2 options I can think of for why somebody who makes clothes would need lead.
So I found hot springs.
Ooh, hot springs.
Yeah. Not a good idea to go into that water. Seriously. Why is it always granite? Where's the lime? Where's the chalk? Hell, I'd take andesite.
Welcome back, John Smith.
Welcome
Agent
back,
Smith.
Saf.
got 46 meat that needs help.
If it's getting to the point where it's going to rot, slice it up into jerky.
It's not. It's just getting to the point where it does need to be cooked.
Grab a tree and make some campfire steak.
Funnily enough,
Campfire steak.
that is actually what they used to do with meat. They used to take the meat that was going to go bad and turn it into jerky to make it last even longer.
Yes, because the salt and the dryness would preserve meat almost indefinitely. Not quite, but mostly indefinitely. It would last for quite some time. That's why pemmican is one of the superfoods of the world. I think that was made with beef tallow, shredded meat, and bits of berries and such, or dried fruit. It was sort of blended up into a fine, I don't want to say mush, but like a powderized version of itself, and then reconstituted into bars with beef tallow. So it was like the first protein bar, kind of. I imagine it probably tasted good, though. I have always wanted to try making some.
From my understanding, pemmican is fat mixed with ground up grains and such.
I mean, you can make it out of any meat in theory, as long as it is a meaty product and there is fat. The thought was that the tallow and the meat would, the meat would basically become beef jerky. The tallow was used for candles and stuff anyway, and it lasted basically indefinitely, and it wouldn't really spoil. And then the bits of berries and stuff, I think, were added to make the flavor less gamey. But I've always wanted to try making some pemmican.
Oh hey, I
Because
found
it's
a
supposed to
ruined
be.
castle.
Ooh, a castle, you say?
That's probably swarming with enemies.
What does yonder castle hold, I shall wonder? As I watch an ad about Jersey Mike subs. Tasty. Kind of wish we had one around here, honestly, but we don't. Really sad. Although I wouldn't say they're the best subs in the world, they are pretty good. They're at least equal with like DeBella or Subway, maybe. Slightly more meaty than Subway. It's like if Subway didn't skimp on the toppings or the meat. So it's a step up from Subway, actually. Because that's unfair to Jersey Mike's. They are better than Subway. Not by much, but better than Subway.
I don't see a way into this place.
Currently making an entire 6 servings of red meat stew
Maybe
with
there?
boiled turnip.
How would they have gotten in previously? Is there a trap door? Does one have to Ezio style up the wall? Well, that's a broken texture. You can't walk on that now. It's very odd. For a moment there, I thought that was a dolphin on dry land.
Shit. Might need to split more wood.
I'm sure the feeling is mutual.
Alright, there we go. That'll give it enough time to cook. Actually, wait. What does rotten food serve a purpose at all?
Rot, we can turn that into compost.
Yeah, I have a bunch of
Compost, the wonderful
cranberries that are about. I have a bunch of raspberries that are about to spoil.
Well, then I suppose you should munch a few and throw them in the compost bin.
That tree grew right in front of me as I hit it with an axe.
Sure did.
So instead of one cutting, I got two.
Where is the compost bin?
Currently, we don't have a compost bin.
Time to make one.
As far as I know, there isn't a compost bin. We stick it in a barrel and seal it and let it ferment. Is the best way to
Well,
put it.
that's the same thing as a compost bin, really.
Wow.
Red meat stew with boiled turnip. Got it. There we go. Plenty of firewood.
Let's stick our head in this hole quickly. Let's see what we find.
Yeah, there's 5 servings of stew left.
Nope, you're sleeping.
Yeah, don't need to do that yet. Ah, god damn it! There's wolves in the trench. I'm desynchronized.
Oh,
Connection closed unexpectedly.
uh-oh. Try reconnecting.
Yeah, that's going to be loading screen simulator for me. Unable to connect. God damn it.
Fuck. Oh, God.
Goddamn packet gremlins got me.
I am in a bad location. Even though I got some good couple of things from it. Oh, Tura's been down this way. I'm sorry, Serena.
God damn it. I'm going to have to commit the ancient voodoo of opening terminal.
Uh-oh. Okay. I'm gonna have to do a thing then, real quick. I know it's coming by. Hopwa.
Are you actually having issues, or
Tura has just raided onto me. So, yeah. Things have just been closed, so I am unfortunately heading over to my changing games screen. I'm going to figure out what to play.
I see.
No, I completely understand the reasoning behind this. Which means I'm glad I didn't actually close Steam up properly. Hopwa. Honestly, while I have no idea what to play, I have... You know what? Let's boot up Nordhold. Let's see if I can get any further. Sorry, Serena.
if Tura isn't feeling good, I can understand. Like,
Yeah,
mental states can be like tough.
back over to my main screen, which should pick up Nordhold in a moment, so that I can hit transition.
I kind of feel bad.
It's not your fault, Serena. Okay,
No, it is in fact my fault.
as people can see, I have played a little bit off air. I have unlocked relics to start with. Let's start with Necrotic Curse, why not? And Common Banner Choice for first tower. Ooh. I'm going to grab the Guild Hall and let's go start with an Arc Tower. Chain crits off the top. And a couple of those to back it up.
9 months ago. That's probably Epsilon.
Grab tax burdens and versatility, because why not? I am in no way any good at this game, but I try my best. Okay. I'm going to hold off on building the quarry, because I'm going to build a house, which next turn we'll be able to get a worker. Timberwind Mark for those. Boost the crit chance. Gonna go fire rate for these. Get the worker. We're slowly getting gold. My opinion, I don't have the mental capacity to sort out RimWorld tonight, so sure. Path of Rarity, why not? Let's throw one of those there. 17. We get hero choice next turn, cool. And because I can. There we go. Extra 100 wood, a chest, and trading ship cost decrease. Chain explosion, chain lightning. Grab this, that.
Should I peel off?
You're welcome to stay.
I kind of have to play another game.
Yeah. If you want to head off, I can understand. If you feel like you need to head off, that's understandable as well.
Well, I wanted to kind of keep the integrity of your stream.
The one thing that's
That
fun
was-
on stream is always having other people to talk to. It's not important whether we're all playing the same game most of the time. At least that's the way I've always looked at it.
Most of the time,
All
there are
right.
certain points where it is, but this isn't one of them.
Yeah. Like if you're playing something competitive like and you need comms clear, that's one thing, I guess. But for the majority of games, it's usually fine. I wouldn't worry about it too much though.
That can get a mortar there.
I decided to try Star Technology.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, I get a mission choice, then a market offer. Nope. Quickly pop out of that screen for a moment. Okay. Honestly, not going to do that at the moment. Let's boost the crit chance on that. Fire rate on these two, then do extra damage checks. Hold off on buying something like that. That can go there. We get an extra 5 gold per turn. And we'll throw Shadow Tower there. Because why not? Okay. Guard shield. Legendary banner choice. And we'll go from that. Grab bleeding for those towers. Throw another one of those there. Grab the endless woods and grab source of wealth. Come up here. Grab that, why not? I am definitely going to grab magma field on a doubled, because why not? Grab a tavern. We're on the boss wave, so here's hoping this goes well. Oh, this is probably going to be very close if we manage to beat him. No. Could have done better. Let's see. Do I have any perks I can unlock? Rerolls to banner choices. Okay. Gold production at. Ooh. No, I'm grabbing that. Grab that. 1, 2. And why not? Oh. We'll start getting our gold next turn. the windmill, put one onto there for the moment, because we've got no ability to get people at the moment. Wood, that would be 60. Do that for this turn. Go magma tower there. $100 wood and one chest, fireball, and arcane explosion. Sure. Three, 4, 5. I'll throw one of those there, and another one of these. Let's say here. Okay. Sure, we'll throw a critical bond there. Grab another worker. Do that. Sure, we'll send 2 of those.
Starting to build out my platform here.
Nice. Okay, we have a spawner, which is unfortunate, but I have planned for that. Okay, beer production, demolish towers. Let's get Rocksteady going at that. Cool. So I'm going to need a few of these in that area once I'm sorted. Grab a magma field. Might as well get extra stone that way. Alright, yeah, Grimlock. I completely forgot that we were facing him this time. This turn. Brains. We might have better luck this time. Maybe. Oh, that was close. Uh, if we can control that area, we can then focus on that area. New worker. So we'll throw on the stone. Let's get extra stone. Okay, hero level up in market side of things. Short.
Leveling up is always good. Gives a good sense of progression and usually imparts some new fun power.
I don't know, let's increase the range a little bit. Okay, we're not doing too bad there. It's the rest of it that we have to worry about now. Okay, arcane explosion. Increase by 2%. Increase the fire rate of that.
My cat is being a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's clung to my shoulder and is being petted.
Right. Another one of them. Throw it onto wood. Cool. Let's push onwards.
I need stripped wood.
Mission choice and oracle choice next. Oh, after this. Oh, fun. Stick a little bit more control around here, and things should work out. You know what? Okay, they are getting down to there, so I'm probably going to need to get some more crowd control, probably another lightning tower or something. Probably stick it there.
Seems a valid as place as any.
Okay. Let's increase the fire rate of that tower. Throw one of those there to inflict weakness on things. Oh, we've got barrier enemies now.
That doesn't seem good.
Yeah, they protect the ones underneath them.
It is decidedly not good then.
However, this tower is supposed to focus on bosses then barrier. Oh hey, a chest. I mean, they're still getting to a point where I should be worried. But the towers are keeping control of them. Let's grab some more stone. Good chance on that one. Increase the damage on the tornadoes. At least that tornado. Bring another Raven tower down here to hit things. Start working on enemies down this way as well, instead of just trying to control them. Let's try to actually stop them. $180 in there, cool. Get a banner choice and a market offer this turn. I wonder, what's my 4% from spell damage? Cool.
Shit.
Oh, a couple got through. We're gonna sell a whole bunch of this wheat next turn so that we can get other materials and build some more towers. Probably a whole bunch of wood. Start lining that with arrow towers. If I can get another arrow tower, I can get a fusion. Doom blast for that. Oh, right. We've got to get through things first. Right. Need to get to idle workers. Right. Oh, that hurt. Gonna need to put some more here, I think. Right. It costs 26 gold. That'd wipe out my stone. Don't want my stone wiped out. There's hopefully a little bit more control there. Let's see, 40. Let's throw a couple of lightning towers down the next chance we get. Get some arrow towers around these lightning towers. Maybe get a raven tower down this way as well. Probably a good idea, actually, to control those barriers.
Yeah, I mean, you'll definitely need something to do with the barriers because they're going to be a problem.
I shall indeed hydrate 7. Oh. Let's get that there because of the arrow fusion. Oh, that's problematic. We have 4 paths. Ironbane the Ruthless, of course. And he's being healed. Of course he is. We might actually have him. Might. But there's the rest of his minions that I'm worried about. They did that. Grab the Raven Feather because why not? Sure, why not? It did. We did better than I thought we would, but we still got almost had our asses kicked. Radio. That one's leveled up. We've leveled up again. Now, oddly enough, this is the furthest I have gotten in this run. This is my longest run. Ow. And it's not going to last much longer. Let's hit that one with the lightning tower, because why not?
I'm back.
Ha ba ba
Welcome
ba
back.
ba.
Blah, 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 blah.
And we're about to lose. Oh hey, we unlocked the university. I have no idea what the university is, but Why not? Okay, extra life points, extra gold. No, screw it. It's 150 wood. Let's see what we get with our market offer this time.
Ooh, some interesting things there, I'm sure.
Boss kill grants 1 banner reroll, even past ones. Lighthouse missions offer relics now as well, but take +1 relic. Ooh. Know what? Why not?
Let's see, where are we?
Oh, this run's not going well. Spell damage increased. I like that because we're coming up on a boss wave. And I missed my thing. I thought I had another wave. Oh well. Let's see, we've got 200. Sure, Endless Woods 3. Why not?
Two chests doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah, but first boss was 30%, so I decided to upgrade a relic.
Fair.
25% extra damage in boss waves. Yes, please.
That would be pretty good, I would think.
Let's see. Next turn, I will be getting an extra 5 gold per turn because of 5 arrow towers. And the path split. Lovely. And we're going to have a spawner in there. Lovely. Okay, why not? Hey, JB.
Hi, GB.
How you doing? This run does not look like it's going to go very well. Oh, looks like I'm going that one. Wind mark.
Both of those could be good.
The big problem is the kind of getting through all of my Yep, no, we didn't get this either. We'll grab Torch of Fortune. Start off with the chest. Let's grab the stone. Build that. 1, 2. Lightning. Mortar, because why not? Another mortar, because why not? And a shadow tower, because why the hell not?
Getting freaking pebbles all this damn time.
Okay, we've got 4 of them. We'll start getting gold next turn. Timberwind mark, that gives us extra wood for every tower. Well, every arrow tower. Let's get the windmill, build a house. Put 4 people on that so we get a worker. Next turn. We still get 10 wood from the arrow towers. Random common banner. Trading ships cost less. Ooh. A chest. Late enemy chance. Building upgrade costs decreased. Random banners better. Lightning surge, sure. Let's get the worker. Do that. 2 more turns and that's sorted. Sure, volcanic eruption. Why not? I can't target the mortars, but that's okay. Oh, that was close.
I hope feel better tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope that Tura feels better tomorrow as well.
Likewise.
Getting that set up now for when the boss comes through in a couple of turns. That means we've got our Raven Tower, which should punch holes in the boss. That's going to become another spawner most likely. Okay, broken. Ooh. Yes, we're grabbing that. We're not demolishing towers anyway. We'll grab that, leave. Okay, we've got a lot of gold. Don't need those at the moment. Bodkin arrow. Barbed arrows. That got an upgrade. Let's get another worker. Get a whole bunch of that coming through. Suddenly, cool. See, you've level up for next 4 waves, but 40% fire increase. Sure. Oh. Puts it up to, yeah. Just think we can do this. Oh. Alright. I probably missed something. Should be able to get university next turn and go from there. I don't have gold for that at the moment. gonna need to get gold for that, and I kind of want to mess with the university. Ah, right. Then in that case, I'm gonna be cheeky. That there, just to get that little bit of extra damage. Got a huge area this could end up being. Okay. Barrier breaker. I don't want any of those, realistically. Well, barrier breaker will work. Because... oh, wait, yeah, it doesn't need barrier. This one can go here. And we'll hit it with a barrier upgrade next turn. 56 gold. We go tax burden twice. Workshop, because why not? Ow. Let's see. 15% damage. Spell energy. 1 points. Not doing that at the moment. So, per tower type and usage. Sure, why not? And I hit the wrong button. Lovely. Get some lightning towers in there soon enough. And I probably should have spent that on something else, but reducing tower costs, why not? Okay, we've got the Wonder Seed already. That's okay. Rock steady. Supply depot, because why not? Throw another couple of mortar towers about, and we'll be good. I think. For a little bit. Alright, might as well get the Athing Feast. Let's boost all of that up. Ooh. Hapois. What am I looking for in the stone mine? Well, the quarry. Elevated masonry, bedrock bone, granite grip. Hapois. Stone mine or stonemason? A quarry or brain? Why? I know delay is a thing. Oh. That would have been good earlier. So I think Ghost Worker. I messed up there. Oh well. Know what? Fuck it.
Oh, I'm gonna dip. I'm exhausted and trying not to fall asleep, but it keeps almost happening. Love you. Hope you have a good stream. Good night.
Okay, take it easy, Marco. Take it easy. At this point, I want this path to split off. Oh, all of those just got damage upgrades from the fractured arrow. Nice. Oh, Raven Tower. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of them, a lot of those. Let's throw a couple of those down there. Throw him there. Grab the source of wealth. Upgrade the trading ship. Hit versatility up another one. And then vein tracing, why not? Unlock Master of Riches. We'll upgrade that next. We get a market offer this turn, which we should have plenty in our guild. Nope, not a lot in our guild hall. Could be worse. Yeah, why not? Pact of Prosperity. Three of those. Make that 4. Throw another one of those there. Hit the tavern. Swift service. Boost that up. Check here. Don't have enough to hire workers. And there we go. It's finally split again. Yeah, it sounds like he's up as well. Magma field. Oh. 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 I don't know which one of these two I want. Damage of volcano mortars scales with the all additive damage banners of the arrow tower. Or the arrows of arrow to burn and add burn stacks based on the. Oh. I'm thinking fire arrows. I really am. This is going to be interesting. Because that then means I have a lot of fire happening. Oh! I did not think I'd do that. I did not think that would come through. Oh, damn. That was so close. No. Let's throw another one of these about there. Throw that there. Get some more towers in the way. Okay, Olding Feast is available. We're probably gonna die. But hey, we got wave 27. But I think this is a good point for me to end on. So I'm going to take a quick look, see who is live. And then we are going to share the love. You know what? We haven't raided them in a little bit. Here's our raid message. We are going to go raid the Bat Friend, who is playing Grim Dawn. Take it easy and have a good one. We will be live again tomorrow. What with, I have no idea, but we will be live.